Hello fragrance friends, it's Six Pack Sarah, your Scentsy fragrance consultant, and today I have for you my giant empties basket. I had to even upgrade the size of my basket and I still overflowed it, so let's see what I used up in November. Alright, we're going to start with this fragrance flower. This is the one I had in my small bathroom most recently. It is a cider mill fragrance flower, and I put it in on October 16th. Technically there is plenty of oil on here. I could leave it out. Most of the time I would leave it out longer, but the inside is dried up. I barely smelled this one at all. I don't know if it's just like a little bit of an older fragrance flower or what, but I didn't really smell it. But I didn't mind, because when I stick my nose in it, it just smells like olives or something. Like, it does not smell like cider mill. So I was really happy that it wasn't a strong one. But I'm done with that. So it only took a month and a half to use up that oil. That's fine. Moving on to whatever comes next. Alright, let's try to show some candles next, because those are bulky. I have a lot of bulky things in here I'll do first. Cider Lane. As you can see, this one burned so wonderfully all the way down to the bottom. Sometimes when it has just a little in the bottom, I put it in my candle crock. This one I don't think I did, just to get the rest of the scent out of that amount. Maybe I did. No, I don't think so. Anyway, so this was good. It worked well with my Cider Lane wax blends. Yeah, it was just a good burning candle, so that's good. I also used up my Smith & Company soy wax candle, Maple Mornings. I also used up my Farmhouse fall one, but that one's in the candle crock, just getting the last bit of scent out of that bottom layer. So I did that with this one too, but it burned really well down to the bottom. No soot lines, anything. They are not making candles currently, and they're probably not coming back to it, but we're waiting on news from them. Anyway, but this was a nice candle. It wasn't super strong, but I did enjoy it. I used up my first Scentsy candle. This one also had a really good burn. There's a little bit of soot at the bottom, but it's not too bad. And it did the thing that I've seen from other people too, where part of it has like a little extra that wasn't melting, but then once it got like halfway, I think because of the heat trapped in the jar, it corrected itself. It was fine. And I wasn't super diligent about making sure it was... Hello, Petrie. That's my bird. He wants to have a say. Anyway, I didn't make sure. I was like, always not a minute past 4 hours or whatever, but I would do maybe 2 to 4 hours usually. It does need a little bit longer time to pool out all the way, compared to some of the Bath & Body Works candles, but overall it was good. I would not say it's the strongest candle. That was, did I even tell you this was pumpkin roll? Yeah, this was pumpkin roll, and it was fine, but it wasn't like obvious, oh, pumpkin roll is on. But also I'm used to Scentsy wax for pumpkin roll, so I want it to be that quality, and the candles are just not going to be that. Anyway, what else is in here? There might be more candles at the bottom. Yes, more candles. I managed to use up Yankees Cider House. This is one of my favorite fall candles, although this year I was just like, okay, not my absolute favorite, so maybe I'm falling out of love with it. Or maybe it was just an off year. Anyway, I've got 2 backups, but I'm not letting myself buy another in case it's the end of the love. But I did put this one in my candle crock once it was down at the bottom. But otherwise it burned really well. So I'm having good track record with candles that are burning well. Not too much soot. I also finished up Goose Creek. This is Cafe au Lait from the Strawberry Shortcake collection. I don't think they brought this one back to the line last time they released them, but I like this one for a coffee scent. So, and that burned pretty good too. I also put the bottom portion in a candle crock to finish it off, and that was really good. I liked it then. I used up my apple pumpkin candle. This one did not go in the candle crock because... Oh, it looks like it went in the candle crock because that wick is way over there. It doesn't fit in a candle crock, so the wick moved. So I had to stop burning this one with that much left because the wick just traveled. And I was like, okay, we're done now. Otherwise, it burned really well. And that was only about half used when I started this year. Yes, one more candle, at least. Pumpkin roll, or pumpkin apple from Bath & Body Works. Also was fine with this one, but it wasn't, I'm in love with it like normal years. So maybe I was just having a weird year. It did get a little sooty, so I popped the bottom for 40% or something into my candle crock. So that was fine. Yeah. And I will do a candle changeover video to again just show all the ones I used from fall. Might want to skip to the end where I show what I'm going to use for winter, but we'll get that posted one of these days. Okay, now for non-wax type items but have a little bit of fragrance to them in some way. I used up this foaming hand soap refill of afternoon apple picking. I got this year, used it this year. Very proud of myself. That's not always easy for me to do. I also used up a Scentsy Johnny Appleseed dish soap. Also proud of myself for getting through this. I love this one. If I need them to bring that back in some capacity so I can grab a couple more. Used up a counter clean in Sunkissed Citrus. This is one of my favorite counter cleans. I don't use sprays every time I wash my stuff down. I am a big fan of just a hot soapy rag personally, but sometimes I like to just give a little fresh, and that is a nice scent. Oh, I did empty out a bag of Target Super Jumbo cotton balls. These are great. They are my favorite, but I do find them to be inconsistent in size. Some of them are perfect, and some of them are like, well, that barely got one. But they're better than the other smaller ones. I used up a Vanilla Bean Noel body cream. Luckily, my family also uses these, but so I am allowed to buy basically as many of these as I can get for the cheap. And yeah, because we have a lot of people to put lotion on. That one's my favorite. I stock up for the whole year with Vanilla Bean Noel. There's a couple others I like, but that's really what I use all the time. And an afternoon apple picking foaming hand soap container. I poured in this sometimes, but I've got some other ones too, and I don't know. I used up a lot of afternoon apple picking this year. Okay, let's go with pods. I used up 2 Sweetheart Sugar Cookie pods from Scentsy. These were pretty good. They were a little more musky, I think, than the wax even. I don't know. I like the scent. It's back in my club, but I had told myself not to put it in my club, so that's a decision I'm making. But I enjoyed the pods. That was good. And I used up one of the Frights and Delights pods. I couldn't smell it. I can smell a little there, but I couldn't smell it in the house anymore. I need to use my pods more often. But I'm also always like, oh, I don't know if I can smell it. Can I smell it? And then I don't get rid of them. 2 bricks. Yes. Not 1, but 2. These are my 2 favorite mixing bricks. If I had to pick one, it would be Sugar Cookie every single day. Mostly for mixing, but I like it on its own. And then Vanilla Bean Buttercream is also really good. Yeah, I'm excited to use them both up. So these will get replaced because I use them a lot. All right, let's do Wax Bars next. No particular order. Dutch apple bread. Use this up. That was good. I don't enjoy it as much as I used to, so I'll just use my one last bar that I have and be done with that one. Farm Stand Pumpkin. I love this one, but it didn't perform that great. So I'm trying to decide if I'm going to grab more. I think at least one more, but will I keep it in my club? It might just depend on what else gets to stay. I don't know. Sugared peppermint flurries. This one was decent, but compared to Mint to Be Merry and Vendor Wax and I forget what else. It's just okay. There's like a musky, perfumey note that comes out for me, which is disappointing. So I'm planning to get another one, but not till a January club I have set up. Because I think by then maybe I'll be ready to try it. And if I decide I don't want to, I won't. But possible repurchase. Christmas Tree Farm. I do plan to get another one of this month. I like the smoky note with the tree, but it's not my normal. So I at least want to try one more. Cabin Cuddles. I like this one okay. I was considering getting more, and then I put my last cube in the bathroom, and later that day my husband was like, what are you doing? Why is that so strong? It's ridiculous. Like, I didn't think it was that strong and that crazy, but okay. And you would think that a scent like this is more up guys' alleys, but no, my husband does not like this type of scent. So, or even if he likes it, he doesn't want his house to smell like it. So we're not going to repurchase that one. It's a decent scent, especially if you like cologne scents, mahogany vanilla from Bath and Body Works along that line, but not for us. Sweet Christmas Lily. Part of the time I love this. It's really good. But then I realized it reminded me of something else, but now I can't remember what it was. But there's a musky note probably from the floral in it that I just am not in love with. My daughter likes it, but she's not in love with it. So we decided no more of this one either. So that's two and a half of the Scents of the Season collection I'm not going to do yet and a half. But Cranberry Christmas Cake, absolutely love this one. My family commented on how much they loved it, and they often just live with my scent. They don't really say much. They went out of their way to comment on this one. I've decided it's like a middle of the road cross between Maraschino Sugar Cookie and Rum Pum Plum, both of which I like, but I would prefer Rum Pum Plum. But this one is just really good. I gave half of it away for samples, so I'm not entirely sure on performance if it's like just normal or whatever, but I'm planning to get 2 bars with my club in December because I want to do some more of it. I thought about just doing 1, but I'm going to do 2. Yes, so that one is a 2 thumbs up for me. Peanuts. Peanuts Snoopy's Autumn Adventure. I do really enjoy this one when it's going, but it did not last very long. So I'm planning to get more. If the performance continues to be bleh, I might not be able to keep it, but I love the scent profile of that one. Super much a fan. Butterbeer. At first I didn't think this performance was very good, but I was just fine this year, so you never know. Anyway, my son and I like this one, and I'll be getting more of both of these in my February club. I'm trying not to fall in love with licensed bars, but I did fall in love with those 2. Okay. White Oak Woodland. Decided this one isn't for me. There's parts of it, again, I like, but enough of it that I'm like, I have to avoid it, so don't repurchase that one. Crumb Top, I'm still enjoying. I think I mixed that mostly with Dutch apple bread. Autumn Blaze Maple, my number 1 Scentsy bar. Yeah, just one of those. I thought there might be 2. Okay. Frosted Cinnamon Roll. I love this one. It's my personal favorite cinnamon bun type scent. Some people like sticky cinnamon bun, and that one has a really weird note to it for me. So I'm a Frosted Cinnamon Roll fan. That one's in my club. Have some more pumpkin. I did get a backup of this, and it's fine, but not my favorite. So I won't be clubbing that one. Apples and Cinnamon Sticks. Enjoying this one. Would I be heartbroken if it's gone? I'm not sure anymore. I used to say I would, but Now I have started enjoying some other spicy cinnamon scents more, so it might be fine. Salted caramel cider. I really do enjoy this one. I was really sad I missed out on the brick last year, and then I decided to take it out of my club because you can only have so many, and I like salted caramel toffee and other, just, this was not at the top of my list as from Caramel Scents, but I was really glad it came back. I also then missed it again in the flash sale. I was so bummed. Or the Black Friday sale. Churro. Love this one. It's in my club. I've moved it to my temporary monthly club too because I could get that one monthly and be fine. But I probably won't keep a monthly club forever. Velvet Cashmere Woods. I also like this one. Have been avoiding it only because of finishing up all these other fall and winter scents, and Christmas time is coming, but I really like it. Autumn Hearth. This one I do enjoy, but I also enjoy Autumn Sunset. So my friend and I are sharing these in our clubs. I think we haven't really talked about differences since the open season happened, but I can really only use like one bar of each a year, but I like them both. Although Autumn Sunset got like really weird perfumey the second day for me, so that was weird. Wasn't a fan of that. Pumpkin Cinnamon Swirl. I was in love with this one, and now I'm kind of over it. I like the cinnamon part still, but I think there's like a cream cheese filling that I'm not a huge fan of. Hazelnut Latte. Also one that I was in love with and fell out of love with. Partly because of performance, but anyway, just goes to show your noses do change, so use what you have. Use what you love now because you love it now. Preaching to the choir / myself. Hello, Petrie. Spooky but sweet. Again, one where I love part of it, and some otherwise I'm like, it's okay. I think it's the pumpkin that I am not a huge fan of. I like the spice part. So I'm going to make myself not club that this year. Why is that a hard decision? I don't know. Also used up a bar of sugar cookie. As we know, I love that one. So yes, I used up my brick and still used up a bar of sugar cookie. Okay. Apple Spice Season. This one is yummy. Just like pumpkin apple, it wasn't as I am in love with it, but I still liked it quite a bit. Maple Vanilla Glaze is really good. A little bit stronger than Frights and Delights, which I believe it was last month I used up, but I do enjoy that one, and I think I mixed it with, I don't know, maybe it was just vanilla bean buttercream. I mixed it with something and it just smelled like Frights and Delights, so to me it's very similar. Cider and Crimson Berries. This was from the Harvest collection and I like it, but it leans a little bit bubblegummy to me, so I'm not going to repurchase that one. And Central Park Pralines. This was just okay. Like, there was nothing wrong with it, but it didn't wow me. And that's how I feel about Mocha Doodle. So even though I love chocolate and coffee and such, it's just okay for me. Now, have I tried it in this house? I've not tried it since we moved. So it's been a while. I probably could try it again, but if I'm not in love, I'm trying to not get them. Anyway, so this is on the list to come out of my club, but hasn't officially finished coming out of my club yet. And then 3 little testers. Winterberry Apple Tea, because I like that one a lot. That reminds me of the Cider House candle. I like those. This little old tester of Welcome Home. Didn't really smell it once I put it on, but it's good. And Pumpkin Roll Tester. I think I used part of my brick, but also finished up this tester. So that's it for Scentsy. We've got some vendor wax. So if you still want to watch that, stick around. Otherwise, thanks for watching the rest of it. Okay, first let's do Lavender and Speckles Clamshells. Autumn Macchiato. Didn't like this one as much as I expected to, so I probably won't repurchase that one. Caramel Espresso was a little bit better, but it depended on the day. I don't think there was quite enough sweetness in it for me or something. And Donut Shop was pretty good too. I think I prefer it on cold though. But it's good. I do like it. Okay, and then I've got my random baggies. Okay, I finally finished up Rose Girl's Ooey Gooey Oatmeal Iced Marshmallow Coffee. Did I finish up the one with the label in here? Yes. It originally came in this bag, and then I divided it up, but I managed to use up all my portions, so we're done with that one. That was an empty. If they just have this label, that's just a partial empty. So I'm going to talk about them, but I still have them in my stash for the most part. So let's grab those ones first. I finished up some Rose Girls Pie Crust. I prefer lavender and speckles, but they're both good. Turning over a new leaf. I enjoyed it, but I don't remember it. Like, I don't know if I just didn't put enough wax out, or I wasn't around enough, or what. That's fine. Cider Lane Streuselkuchen. I wish had more Streuselkuchen, but it was good. I like it. I do enjoy it even more than Cider Lane on its own, but not as much as Streuselkuchen on its own. Dunk my Streuselkuchen in cinnamon sugar. This was the customs I made, and absolutely love that one. Very, very good. Very Mario Thanksgiving. I enjoyed this one too. Again, I was not around as much, so I enjoyed it, but I wish I could have enjoyed it more. Apple cider donut. I don't remember. Okay. I also used some apple cider cookie dough bread. I prefer apple cider cookie dough bread, so I'll try to remember that in the future. I should write a note for myself. And did somebody say Luke's Diner? Yes, I enjoy this one. I would repurchase that one. Yes, I finished up the whole thing of apple cider cookie dough bread, so I do want to put a note on my spreadsheet that if I'm allowed to order, I can order that one if it's available. I haven't seen it for a while, I don't think. Kris Kringle's Kitchen. Compared to apple cider cookie dough bread, I prefer that one, but I do enjoy this one, especially with the cupcakes at Tiffany's in there. Snickerdoodle apple pie cookies. I think I prefer this one over some of those, but I still prefer apple cider cookie dough bread. Anyway, this was good, but it's a little more, I don't know, there's a note in it that's more intense. Candy corn cookies with Luke. I enjoyed this one. I don't think it was a standout, but I did enjoy it a lot. And I think I would remember in the future. I'll be like, yo, I liked that one and get it. If I'm ever allowed to order things again. And Cider Lane. It was a weird year where I liked these types of scents, but I was not as in love with them. But I think I would order it in the future. But I'm also good not looking for it for like a year. So, okay. So that was the Rose Girls. Now that I'm more organized, I might have finished up more of these. I might have repurposed some of these bags, but I finished up a Shape of Speckles Unbirthday Cake, which was one of my customs. Still enjoying that one a lot. Very good. And Birthday Coffee Cake, another customs. Enjoyed this one more than I had in the past, so maybe it's growing on me. It's not that I didn't like it, it just wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. A Walk Around Town Square has espresso, buttercream, clove, nutmeg, pumpkin, and iced almond cookies. And pretty good, but didn't like it as much as I wanted to, so I probably will avoid buying that one. I don't want to have to avoid the Gilmore Girls one, so it makes me sad. Bread and Butter. This one also grew on me. I think I'll take a break, but I might order it in the future. However, if I find other bready scents that I like even more, I might replace with them. Cider Mill Bake Shop. This was half of my customs bag, so like a normal 6 shape bag amount. And I like this one. Another one where it wasn't as much as I wanted to, but I do like it. I'm excited to have another half of a bag next year. Pie Crust. Love this one on its own as a mixer, but a lot of these, when I love them, I mix with them a lot. So yes, so I just got a replacement one for this, and then I think I found some in a D-stash, and also might just get a whole bunch more in my customs just because it's kind of like my Vendor Wax sugar cookie version. And last for Vendor Wax is Serial Killer from Smith & Company, the candles company that's not currently making wax. And it's cinnamon, cake, brown sugar, and vanilla, and I absolutely love this one. Right up there with Churro Churro. Right up there. So, love those. I do want to go over my numbers with you because I promised some people I would, and meant to do that last month and forgot. But let's see how my overall numbers are looking at the end of November, beginning of December. Alright, I'm going to refer to my little spreadsheet I make, but sorry, I'm not going to do a screen recording of that right now. So my count for Scentsy Bars is, let's say this month I did a great job. I used 34, which was 4 more than I purchased, but used also means got out of the house, and purchased also means brought into the house. So if you saw or see my friend mail, those are included in these numbers. So some of them I didn't actually purchase or melt, but 34 went out, 30 came in, so that includes my friend mail. And so I'm happy that I used more than I brought in, and I was expecting November to be rough because I thought I was going to have my big Scentsy club, but then the open season vault club happened. So I was able to get less than I expected, but then a bunch of new scents I wasn't expecting. So kind of, yeah. And then at the end of November, I ended up with 25 more purchased this year than used. So I was trying to get it down to 0 or less than 0. It might be a struggle to get that far, but we will see. I did pretty good. It was pretty good. And then for Vendor Wax, I ended up having 16 go out and 8 come in. So that was pretty good. I was hoping it was going to be like none coming in, but but then the Rose Girls RTS happened with the end of the Mario stuff, and she had a sale for things, so I did grab a few items. And then I purchased from a new company, Luna Rose, and I wanted to try a bunch. Most of them were samples, so I counted all my samples as one item, like the group of samples as one item this time, because they're really small samples. That's kind of cheating, but whatever. And then I counted the 2 full ones that I got as full, so I counted that as 8 in and 16 out. So that's pretty good. With Vendor Wax, I had counted up like all of my fall appropriate scents, which is fall, but also a lot of bakery that can be used all year long. And I didn't write down the starting number, but I was close to like 25 pounds in just fall wax, which was over half of my stash. Just fall and all year bakery. But I'm down to just under 21 pounds of that. So, and it's like 40 to 43%, depending on if you're looking at number or weight. It's around 40%. So that was I did a really good job using the scents that I was in the season for and not replenishing them right away. So I was happy about that. Yeah, so that was good. I did not add in some of the all year long bakery scents that I might have gotten since then, such as more pie crust, because I could use that up before we get to next fall. We'll start fresh next fall with that. Yeah. So overall, I'm almost there with both Scentsy and Vendor, and I'm trying to be really careful, but we'll see. Now my candles I had the best numbers with, because I had told myself I should not go over 65 candles, which to some is a lot and to some is not very many candles, but that's how many I was trying to keep my goal at. I got down to 59 yesterday when I used up those 2 soy candles. So it was a little into December, yes, but that's where I'm at. And then just now, in the middle of this video, I met someone at the door and sold 2 more of my candles. So that's even 2 less. So I'm 8, what's that, right? Yeah, 8 under my hopeful number, which candle day for Bath and Body Works members starts today. So I might get a couple. It depends on peppermint sugar cookie, honestly. But that gives me wiggle room. I'm so happy. So by next year, we should be even in a better place. Happy that I've been learning how to show even more restraint. I feel like I have a lot of restraint compared to some people I've talked to, but on the other hand, I got a lot. So I don't have all that much restraint sometimes. And there's all sorts of excuses, whether it's a sale or Scentsy closeout parties or the new things coming out. There's always the excuses, but that's where I'm at. I am doing pretty well. But bricks, I forgot to cover bricks. I got down to, my number went down from the beginning of the year to 22 from 24. So I went down to, after having purchased 4 new holiday bricks. So I'm pretty excited about that. I will be planning to get a sugar cookie brick with my next club purchase, but I still think that means I'm ending with a negative number. Praise the Lord. Bricks and candles, which are sometimes 2 of the hardest things to use up. So there's that. Yeah. So let me know, do you track your wax numbers or do you just kind of let it be as it is? I find it really helpful to track, so I'm being honest with myself. Does it always make me not purchase? No, but I think I have purchased a lot less than I would have. So even though I'm not at a negative number, this is my best comparison of numbers for the last few years that I've been tracking. So I have purchased almost 100 less than I purchased last year. Maybe 75 less. But for whatever reason, I have also used less. But it's not like I'm getting there. I think I'll use about the same amount by the end of the year. So that's progress. I have purchased less Scentsy Bars. I will be purchasing a few more, but I'm going to try to cut it off as well. Keeping my club order that's coming smaller. Have to figure out clearance and my party closeout situation. That part is what gets me in trouble. But we do use it. I am doing a good job using it. In versus out for the whole year, like I said, there's only at the end of November a 25 bar difference. And so I use about what I purchase. It's a decent rate. So anyway, enough about that. Thanks for watching my videos. I appreciate it. And I hope that you can see what other people are doing and not use it as a point of comparison, but sometimes it does make you feel better that you're not in this alone, that whether you're watching someone who you're like, well, at least I'm not that bad, or you're like, okay, I feel like I'm on track with some people, that you don't feel alone in this using things up journey, because there's a lot of us out there who are also trying our best to be responsible with what we do use each and every day, but still enjoy it, right? That's what this is about. Anyway, so I hope you enjoy your home fragrance journeys, and I will talk to you later. Bye!